Lundy and Lindy, these are some fun characters in the story, but also play a very important role.
Yeah. Lindy, let's start with Lindy. She welcomes Abel in, a stranger out from the cold. Hospitality is a noble quality. Seeing someone's need and fulfilling that need, hospitality. But Lundy is one of my favorite characters. You know, that cowboy that always happens to have like the coolest lines ever. Some of Lundy's lines are my favorite.
Mine too.
Yeah, so get to living or get to dying, but there ain't no use in crying. And that's what Abel needed right then. And it really snaps Abel back to his why. My favorite line of Lundy's is what he says when they see the sunrise. And he said, I don't know why he goes to so much fuss, but don't it seem he done it just for us? Can't see a sunrise or a sunset without saying that in my head. But as you brought up, one of the other cool lines is about going halfways. So I lived for a time in Georgia, and the streets are covered in squished squirrels. Only the squished squirrel goes halfway. You know, I thought that was just a really cool way of saying, look, you know, if you're gonna go for it, man, go for it. Don't stop halfway through the journey, go all the way. So Lundy also teaches Abel a valuable lesson about there are things in your sight that are rare jewels that you can't see for them for what they're worth. And Goldie is that for Abel. What is right in my view? Maybe it's the marriage mate I've been married to for decades that I've stopped seeing how rare of a jewel they are. Living here in Colorado, the surroundings that we're in, we sometimes don't even notice them. They're right in our view, but we become accustomed to them. And Goldie was that for Abel. He had been around her his whole life, but now he sees her as that rare jewel.
Another line that Lundy says that's classic is, he says, I didn't come this far just to come this far.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't running just to come this far.
Yeah, so...
There's another line that he says that I like. So the reason he was out and saw the fireflies is because his son was late. And it's dangerous to be out in the wood at night. And a storm's coming. So he goes out to look for his son. And that's where he sees the fireflies. Well, when his son comes home, Lundy scolds him. And he says, a broken rule endangers everyone. And that's a lesson I want my children, and by extension other children, to know, is that these rules, they're in place to protect you. They're not a prison guard, they're a lifeguard. So I try to teach my girls that hey, if I make a rule, it's not out of meanness, it's not out of strictness, it's not without a purpose, it's because I love you and I care about you and I'm trying to keep you safe. And so that's another line that I'm going to keep saying with my girls, a broken rule endangers everyone, because what happened is Lundy had to go out looking for him and put himself in danger. You know, if you don't obey the speed limit, if you text and drive, if you drink and drive, you're not just endangering yourself, a broken rule endangers everyone.